great. Ah, what remains of the bounty hunters have found me. Now it is time to cue the detonation sequence.
Donos emeragith, wanara korachi drumka sa inchobin sasha, dosimana roch. Taranamo sibu and dasarans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi.
This shall not stop us for long. I will silence this one.
Mechana creve mopa, tamasuna ramga mak.
You're no match for us.
going to destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is going to be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name. Zez, Kai, whatever it is.
Zez Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Godo off your back, until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble. What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey. I am afraid I do not understand what... As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force. I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war, as you had. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now. He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some... They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather... So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life, or touched by war. Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps... And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. Atris, but I had thought she had gone to Qatar. Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived. I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. What I can tell you... It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, the only pattern we determined is that when Jedi get at the last Jedi Conclave on the Miraluka world of Qatar, the entire planet was wiped out. It was only then that we realized we were facing something. We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, and we could not fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet, if it believed us defeated, then it was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. Very well. We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of, nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not, I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life. I had thought perhaps that here upon the smuggler's moon, I might find the bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe, and the strong currents of life here in Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could... Is that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been... It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi... What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we... The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Very... Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a but I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although... And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise... Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most. Even to those who could feel the Force, even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something. That is most unusual and unnatural. There were a few within the Order who knew more than I did of such bonds, but their students were few. It was rumored that Revan studied such bonding deeply, both through the Jedi histories and... I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. Very... Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on... I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them. No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself. It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ul. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not call... And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say. It provides no comfort at all, for reasons and... Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the Council who attempt to... But we have spoken enough, I think. In words, I think, dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. This forum you may have already seen much of during the Mandalorian Wars, but it is fitting to speak using elements of the path. Ataru is the name given to the movements of this forum. Though it is aggressive, it is focused, and its best use is in combat against a single opponent. This form is somewhat less useful in deflecting blaster shots. Use it when dealing with opponents in close combat, not against a battalion firing heavy blasters at you.
Bien.
Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will... And thank you, exile. You're returning...
Listo, la nave de Goku.
Thanks again, stranger.
Thanks again, stranger. I won't forget what you've done for me.
Ya fue. Ya va.
Fast.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
That's another one for me.
Coño. Le bajaron a uno. Coño.
Let's take care of this fast. Vivan y ataquen.
Everyone down!
Ready?
Gerektar deri Kerewana jun konata Dosa negra Kerewana jun konata del
in granting you this audience, and I do not wish to. I have gone to considerable expense and effort to bring you here. Yes, but I am not in the habit of asking for things, and you were so there is something important to me. I need what happened on Paragus has set in motion events that I can no longer control. Not to be melodramatic, but I fear it has broken the galaxy irrevocably. This has occupied much of my attention, and there seems to be no predictable. In one standard month, the Republic will collapse. Not due to war or secession, but because it is unknown to all but a few. But the Sith won the Jedi Civil War. Even with their supposed victory, the war left the Republic rather than remain and help solidify the Republic. However, Revan chose to leave known space. A frustrating turn of events, as a rallying figurehead could have... There is something moving in the galaxy that lies beyond the ability of my instruments to detect or predict. I believe it to be a legacy of the Sith, but whatever this presence is, it is staging strikes at key figures throughout the Republic, and through some Qatar, Amiraluka world in the Mid-Rim was one such place. I have reason to suspect there was a gathering of Jedi on that world when I cannot find any pattern in these attacks, and it is a source of frustration to me. There is some clue, however, that perhaps the Jedi are linked. You misunderstand me. I do not wish to stop the Sith any more than I wish to stop the Jedi. It is simply important to me that the infighting amongst these Jedi religious branches be resolved, so the galaxy may be... I do not care which one triumphs. I only want the universe to settle down for a while, catch its breath. All these constant crises are getting somewhat repetitive. You could say I am something of a... Although I was unable to serve during the troubles with the Mandalorians or against the aggressors known as Malak, the problem is I can find no side to choose. Both are hidden from me as they seem to be hiding from each other. Here it is like a Dejarik board where neither player can see the other, nor see all the... Then perhaps you care for yourself. The fact the Sith seek you is something that there is no margin for error when I say that these Sith seek to, and when they dispose of you, there will be nothing left. Ah, well, there is where we are at cross purposes. You have a tendency to cause dangerous repercussions wherever you go, and I would rather keep those to a... I am a businessman. The Republic needs stability to survive, whether it is led by the Sith or supported. It is the proximity alarm. We are... Somehow your allies have found you. You will remain here under guard.
Announcement. We seek to make Goto aware of our services, allowing... If that means blowing up planets, slaughtering entire... Our predecessor would never understand our directives. Ratio